Don't be afraid to take that next step, that next leap, big jump. Don't feel like what you're doing is all you can do, or that's all that you're meant to do. Obviously that's not all you can do. You can always do more. I hope you know that. But don't get complacent. I guess that's the best word right now that I can think of, because I do my videos and my content is live and it's raw. It's from the heart. It's what I feel that God wants me to share with you, and it's what I'm going through some of the time. Most of the time, I'm learning how to better articulate my real life, the dramas, the ups and the downs, in a way that's not complaining, in a way that it can be used for positivity, in a way that we can move and grow together. Because I could like rip the band-aid off and just, say all the tea, so to speak, and I'll be having views and this and that, because the majority of our world, especially in the media, social media, news, and all that, we love to feast on the bad news. We love to hear, just all that kind of stuff. Like, I get it. I almost went down that rabbit hole. It was like, from a business standpoint, I'm like, oh, okay. I almost can relate a little bit to why people just choose to do that for their business. But overall, I'm a big picture person, big picture guy. I want to leave a beautiful mark on the earth, and be a salt and a light like God called me to be. So I was speaking to, my life coach, my brother, one of my only friends. Seems like in real life, right? I got my wife, I got my daughter and family, right? Mom, Nana. Basically, there aren't any friends outside of family, is what it sounds like my specific situation entails, right? So I'm conversating with him, and what he said really stuck with me. Hold on, we taking a hard, hard, hard turn. Um, so what he said, it stuck with me. It stuck with me in the sense that, okay, well, what did he say? Let's start there. What did he say? He basically was telling me about working and the bigger purpose and bigger meaning that it can have on children seeing you leaving out and working hard. And just, he would always tell me about like being in someone else's seat. He would always say he's in someone else's seat. And it just triggered inside of me that if I were to do everything like my family and people, the world, society, how they teach you, how they tell you to be, right? Be your best self, be your best you. All that is great, right? I'll never tell you not to be your best self. But when it comes to working literally 9 to 5 in a corporate type job where you're not growing, where they don't really care about you, where you can relate to just being another fanny in the seat, another butt in the seat, and they will just replace you. I've made a video about it. Um, people get tight. I'll make another video about it, because it's really just not even opinion anymore. It's really facts. And anybody, anybody who believes they're at a job working for the next man or woman, I don't mean man in the sense of gender, just you work for someone else's company, someone else's establishment. I don't care how high up you are, even the president themselves. Job is not secure. It's secure potentially for what, 4 years at a time, maximum 8, right? After that, that's it. You can't even do that and be secure in that. But that's probably a bad example. The point is, if you work for somebody else, you can get fired at any time. You do not have any job security. I don't care how many. I'm gonna rip the band-aid right off with this because I made videos kind of the light way, and people really think like, oh, I can. You go to school, or you apply to this job, or you be an electrician, or you whatever it is. And I get it. There are people, the majority of people don't want to be traveling through sewers. And if that's ever a thing, where deep down in the sewers there's so much poop that it did a blockage or whatever, and you got to go down there and unclog it or whatever. Like, nobody wants to do those types of jobs, right? I get it. I understand that. I really do. But even then, there are people that will do it. So all the immigrants and everything else that you're talking about, it's like, okay, you you think that they're not gonna come take your job? Oh, you think because you did 20 years of schooling, and God bless you, congratulations, you have all 5 of your doctorate degrees? But even then, there could be somebody who just wants money, right? For themselves, that company that you work for, that you put in all those doctorate degrees to get to and all that work, and you feel like, oh, you just have the most stable job and you can't be replaced. I assure you, you can. Anybody can learn said skill or obtain the knowledge without even going to school nowadays. Show your boss that they can do the job the same as you, if not even better. But guess what? Less money. For less money. And as soon as you get to that less money part and it gets presented to them and it gets shown to them, guess what happens? Your job is no longer secure. So unless you have your own, and my bad, because this, I did not intend for this video to even go this way, but we gotta get this one just seriously, for the people who really are naive and thinking that they are secure in any job in which they are not the owner. They are not, it is not their business. And even then, there are so many businesses that fall under. So they had to fire themselves and or go into a 9 to 5 job and or create another or different business plan, pivot, whatever the case may be. If having your own business is not 100% guaranteed, right? Having your own business is not 100% guaranteed, then what makes you or anybody else think that working for the next person is guaranteed? That just blows my mind. Like, maybe I genuinely now I'm asking, especially for the people who think that there's a such thing as job security or they're so secure in their job. Like, it, there is a difference, right? There's a difference in, like, okay, you may not lose your job as fast as somebody who's working on the plant line or as somebody who's working at McDonald's possibly. But nowadays, people don't even want to work. So I would argue you that somebody who would is a hard worker, comes to work on time each and every day, working at McDonald's, at least in the area where I'm at, I feel like they're more secure than everybody, because where I'm at, I'm seeing everybody on government, or I'll throw scholarships in there because I don't know. Some of them may be scholarships. Let me not be like that. But the point is, they're in college on everybody else's dime, because I haven't seen or met a young student that they're paying their own way through school. I guess scholarship will be the closest to that, right? But the point is, they're doing all of that, right? Because they're all competing for these jobs that require you to have a college degree and all these, right? It's that what makes it so hard, because nobody wants to do it, right? In theory, but in reality, everybody's doing that. Nobody wants to go and clean those floors as a janitor. Nobody wants to go flip them patties at McDonald's long term. They just don't. So I would argue, if you are a person that comes to work each and every day, you're reliable, you do all the right things, come to work on time, all that good stuff, a very great worker, you're more secure working at McDonald's than you are being that doctor. Because guess what? Competition is everywhere. And I believe you're gonna have way more competition. We don't even have to go doctor level. It's just like, jobs that you just think like, what I'm saying, oh, I'm gonna be an accountant, oh, I'm gonna be a nurse, or oh, I'm gonna be, and there's just so much security in that, or oh, I'm gonna be a teacher, and there's just so like that doesn't make you have job security. Just because you have a job that you think that not too many people want, there's still enough people that will apply and that will want that job and that can get that job from you. I have to get my audio situation together because the video cut out with like a minute and a half and some change left. But the point that I was really trying to drive home is that there's so much competition in the places where we think there isn't. Or, as my brother would say, they create a churn either way. So, job security in a corporate 9-to-5 world, to me, if you really believe that you're secure, I am very curious and interested in your pitch on why that is true for you. I appreciate you. Don't stress. Stay blessed and let God do the rest. Appreciate and love you, family.